What is good, YouTube? It is your boy Charles Branchi back today with another Phantom Parade video. And today we will be doing the December edition of the memory / recollection bit tier list. Okay, there is a lot to go through, and also in my tiers on screen right here, I've got a few changes because I saw the comment section. Some people were not happy with the placement. So before we get any further, I'm gonna need you guys to please flash that like button and subscribe for more content. And without further ado, let's get right into it, okay? So, first of all, okay, I'm gonna put one on me, alright? I was not familiar with Pride's game, so Pride is going in God tier, boys. Hey, I was a noob back then, you know what I mean? I was a noob. I didn't know. It's in God tier now, it's all good. And also, I want to move this one up to really solid too, because I realized that it's pretty much just a different version of this one, right? Like, as you can see here, it's pretty good. Like, at 3 loops, it does 65% JJK damage and recovers curse energy by 10, right? So it's actually pretty solid. So it's not mid anymore. Now it's really solid. So anyway, let's get right into the actual new memories, right? So there's, I think, about 10 or 11 of them. So first of all, we have Goodbye, Take Care, okay? This is the free one you got on the Yuta map event, right? So obviously it's got Yuta crying, my boy's hurt, and Rika is consoling him, right? And I know why he's crying, because he got a shit memory. Just read it. Like, you got when command skills activated, increases own juice damage by 15%. 8-turn cooldown. Huh? I think, like, just ignore this. I don't even need to explain myself, bro. That stuff is stinky. That's like the second ever stinky memory, but it's stinky. Simple as that. I don't know what the devs were thinking when they made that memory. They thought, you know what? Yuta has a reason to be crying. And, you know, there we go, right? So, next, we have City Shop and Eat Tour, okay? This came out with Holy Purple Gojo, so it's actually very new, this memory. And I think it's good, you know? Like, a few memories already do it, the taunt status thing. So, it's like not a very rare effect. But I do like the second ability as well, where it's just if ult gauge is full, increases damage, and then as turns pass, it will buff and stack the damage, right? It's up to 100%. So I won't call it like a busted memory or anything, but I think it's actually pretty good, especially when you're using it like that. Like, you wouldn't, like, to be fair, there isn't really like a situation where you'd be holding the ult gauge for that long, unless you're waiting for a combo ult. So you can stack a little bit of damage like that, but I think overall, it's a pretty decent memory. So I'm putting it at the bottom of really solid, okay? You may disagree, but that's my opinion, right? Anyway, these are unranked, so Pride would be around here, right? But it's just there for, you know, why not, right? So next, we have Winter, A New Beginning. I really wish I got this memory, bro. I think it's a really cool memory. I like the artwork, and like, I don't know, I just like it. And it's limited, right? Because Yuta, I know on JP he just came back, but a global still. Oh, actually, I was gonna say we're a far while away, but I'm not sure anymore because of how quickly they're rushing through all the banners. We'll probably get it next week. Anyway, this is a pretty decent memory. Increases own taijutsu and jujutsu damage by 35% at limit break 3. And recovers HP one time in battle if you're below 40%. I'd say it's a good memory, right? As his comments say, it's not as good as like adult time, for example. Well, that adult time, because it's a bigger damage buff, but you can still definitely get some use out of this one. So I'm putting it in really solid too. Especially like for Yuta, right? Because you put on Yuta, he uses hybrid damage, right? So, for example, on his skill 3, that will help, right? So, anyway, next, we have Your Lay, okay? This is the one of 2 memories that came out with Ghetto, okay? So, this one, when command skill or ult skill is activated, increases own juice damage by 40% and recovers curse energy by 10. The damage is, I would like it a little bit higher, right? Because there's so many better options. Even like, at the point where you can use like this one. Because that's like a damage dealt buff, and that one was free. If you're playing since launch, you'd have that memory. It was free, and it does more damage buffs, right? So honestly, unless you're like broke, there isn't really much need to use this one unless you like the artwork or something. I don't know. So even though it does increase it by an extra 15%, so that brings it to 55. Yeah, I think that's okay, honestly. Like I reckon it could be better, because obviously higher bust, but like it's still 55%, right? So I'm putting it in mid. Next we have Won't Admit to Being in Trouble. I think it's called something else in global, I'm not sure. But this is, you know, the brand new memory from the story event, or map event, sorry. The Mai and Nobara one. So this memory is not very good, as you guys can see. Increases own crit rate by 15% for 4 turns, and okay, this one's alright, but like just use an alt gauge memory. But this, I don't know, like it's nothing too crazy, right? Obviously you can get some use out of it if you're critting and want the alt gauges faster, but I feel like it's a waste of a memory slot. You can find something better to put there, you know what I mean? So therefore, because of that, I'm putting this memory in because I don't think it's quite stinky, but it's definitely not that good, right? So anyway, next we have Exciting Stamp Rally. This is the free memory you get on the Hollow Purple map event, right? And this one, it's interesting, right? So obviously you recover your own HP by 20% on a command or alt skill, and then at the start of the turn, if your own HP is 50 or below, increase damage by 50% for taijutsu, right? Again, I don't really see much use in this, because I wouldn't waste a memory slot on a pure heal. I feel like you can get much more out of it, and even though it is 15%, I'd rather just get a bigger butt for one time and use alt with it, right? That turns out to be more damage. So unless, again, if you're in the trenches, I would not worry about using this memory. But it is free. Whoops. It is free, so you have to keep that in mind. It's a free memory. Like, obviously, if you're not pulling all the good ones, you can still make some use out of it. But it's just not that good, right? So I'm putting that in as well. I'm not saying it's like crap or anything, but there's definitely better options out there. So next we have Childhood Promise, okay? This was yet another... Bro, we're drowning in free memories right now, because they're pumping out all those story events and map events and pointer, you know, you get the like idea. But this memory, again, it's okay. It increases all allies' taijutsu damage by 50% for 2 turns, and if HP is 50% or below, recovers own HP by 10%. So again, nothing too crazy. Like, a good trend with these free memories is that they're decent enough that you can use them if you're, again, in the trenches. But like, compared to the gacha counterparts, they're not really, you know, standouts, apart from like a handful, like for example the Gojo camping one, right? Like that one's really good. But yeah, like this one is just nothing crazy, right? Like, even though the buff is good for 2 turns, I'd rather just have a memory on them that will buff themselves, or like an alt gauge buff or something like that, you know, something a little bit more unique, because I'm not finding much use in it. So like, in what strat would you need to put Childhood Promise on, you know? Not really much strat, so I'm putting that in as well. Bro, the stacks of right now. Hey, at first I thought we were cooking, because I put, you know, 3 up here. But bro, we had 1 stinky and 3 so far, so it's not looking too good right now. But, you know, we keep going. So next, we have Curses and Bubbles, right? Throwing Bubbles like West Ham. We have Curse Energy Recovery by 10, and HP Recovery by 30% when you use your alt or command skill, right? And then also you get increases own jutsu damage by 15% at start of battle. So this one's actually okay, because it's doing a few things. But again, I don't think it's anything too crazy, because the heal isn't like a god heal. The Curse Energy isn't something crazy as well. And that's just flat out, right? So then that is a dupe as well, and you're not going to put a dupe fragment in this. So again, I don't think it's very necessary at all. I'm going to put it in mid. So now we have this one. The Sky is Connected. This was a pretty recent one as well. This came with that login bonus thing. It was tied. Global and JP got it at the same time. And I think it's actually pretty darn good. Like, for a free memory, you get duped out for free. Actually really solid. Like, you can see here, when a command or alt skill is activated, increases all allies' taijutsu damage and jujutsu damage by 50% for 2 turns. So it's a higher buff than we'd get on Childhood Promise, for example, because it's for both, right? And you also get recovers own curse energy by 5, which is eh. So it's a bit more versatile, this one, because you can buff both stats at once. Although it's not God tier, I think especially for the conditions you get it in, being a free memory, it's actually a pretty solid one to get. I'm putting it in really solid, okay? So now we're on our last 2 memories, okay? I've been pumping through this right now. I thought I'd take longer, but it's actually been going pretty good. Next, we have I Will Follow You, Nanami-san. Says Ino. Bro, low-key, Ino cooked, spoiler alert, in the manga against Sukuna. I did not think bro would get the screen time he got. But, bro, I remember his, I remember he'd be called the Shiesty Sorcerer, because he has, like, those 3 modes. He has this, like, insta-kill one. But, of course, it couldn't insta-kill Sukuna, of course. But, bro, Ino is cool. I'm glad he lived. Anyway, so this one, when command skill is activated, increase crit rate by 30% for 3 turns. And then when crit hit is performed, increase all allies taijutsu damage by 20%. That's actually good, because it incorporates this part A of the skill and makes it, like, better, right? Because it rewards you, right? I actually, like, decently like this memory. Obviously, it's not God tier yet again. But, again, I'm putting it in really solid. I think it's actually a pretty good memory, because the crit chance is a bit higher. And when you do actually crit, you get some buffs as well, which always helps. And the last but not least, we have the strongest duo, okay? This one came out on the Geto Banner 2. And then when ult is activated, increases own jujutsu damage by 65% for 2 turns. And increases owns ultimate skill gauge rate, charge rate by 20% for 3 turns. Wow! This memory, low-key, they were cooking when they made this, bro. They were in, like, the kitchen. They had the crock pot, like spinning and shit. This memory is fire, bro. I wish I got it. I'm not pulling on Geto anymore. But this memory, like, of course, the damage could be a bit higher. But it incorporates the ult, like, fill rate as well. It's really good, right? If, like, say, Yuta, you can use it on Gojo if you really want. It's a pretty solid memory, right? So I'm popping that. Not the character tier list. We're popping this. I don't know. Is it worthy to be God tier with all those other ones? I'm putting it in... Ooh, I reckon really solid, honestly. I reckon really solid. So, alright guys, so here is the final product for the tier list of December. Let me know your guys' thoughts in the comments. Honestly, I think I cooked. I moved Pride and all that, moved that one up. I don't think I'm, like, misjudging anything. I think I got it pretty good this time. So if you guys enjoyed the video, whoa, please be sure to flash that like button and subscribe for more content. Road to 1K. I want to hit 1K by the end of the year. Bro, if I hit 1K by the end of the year, I'll give away my well, what can I give away? I'll do a Mr. Beast challenge, and the winner gets my Phantom Parade account. Yeah, so anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the video yet again. I've got more videos coming soon, so please stay tuned. See you guys later. Peace.